Yo, bro, I just joined in on the computer and I was trying to see if I could host from the computer with my headset on. I don't know if it's possible.
I was like, why is the song looping longer than usual? I was like, what the hell is Compound up to?
That's those are the standard jams, bro. That's what they give us. So I tried to join. What the hell? On the computer, it says you're the host and I'm a listener. That's fire. It says I'm laughing right now, too. What is going on, bro?
Yeah, that's why I just do it on my phone, to be honest.
No, one of these days let me leave this real quick. One of these days I'm gonna host from the computer. I've joined spaces from the computer, and I just don't think it works the best just yet. But I have been noticing a lot of people getting rugged and having to come up and down and up and down. Did that just happen to you, Bombay?
Yo, yeah, I got a little rugged, but was good, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's been up with spaces. You think, I heard Clubhouse has got some amazing technology, but nobody uses that shit, clearly, obviously. But you'd think, spaces could pick up, especially with this big push they're doing, try to take over content. I almost deleted my Instagram today, Bombay. You would have been you would have been
Bro,
upset.
I've been down the YouTube rabbit hole recently. Um, I've been finding on YouTube, and then I've been reading. Actually, I got a couple books. Um, and yeah, just chilling, bro. Bro, I was on my Instagram. I was like following so many people. I don't know, from like so long ago. I went and like unfollowed so many random people that I've just been following over the years. It feels good, bro, just to clear that shit up. I need to do it on my Twitter too, but I'm feeling it's tedious to do one by one, you know?
It's super tedious, dude. And then you have people that'll be all bitter about it. I usually unfollow people that don't follow back. But
Bro,
if like we're following each other, I just fucking keep
I
it.
know, but so what I'll do is I'll give it time. And there's some people that I follow that I don't expect to follow back. I'll just like go scroll all the way back every time to like my first followers, and they're just some unactive people that are just not on Twitter anymore, or like random like news sites that I follow. I don't know why, that I just need to just like unfollow, and then the people that don't follow me back, who aren't tweeting, I'll hit them with the unfollow, and I just keep on going back and back and back and back, like way back, like when I first started Twitter, and just go from there.
I made it to the point, all the way to the delete account point, right when you put your password in and it confirms your account's deleted on Instagram. And then I stopped and I was like, let me sleep on this. But it almost
Hold on,
felt
I
so
don't
nice.
follow you on Instagram. Let me follow you, bro.
It almost felt so nice, bro.
Just do it, bro. Or just like, um, just don't even worry about it. Just post
Or
your
just
clone
don't use
content.
it.
Post your clone content, and then call it a day.
What up, Pump? What up, Sophie?
I've been kidnapped by clones.
We got Sophie. What's up?
Are you guys hitting the town on a Tuesday? Is that what clones do, bro?
It's
Just let's
Taco
go out on a
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'm on my way to Compound's house.
That's what they do in New
Taco
York, bro. They said let's
Tuesday.
jump. Let me guess. This is how New Yorkers think. Like, let's jump on the subway. Let's get the S train at
Are you coming into New
9
York
o'clock.
because we're
Let's
having so much
walk.
fun on Taco Tuesday?
Let's walk a bunch of blocks to go get tacos. But
What's good?
let's get tacos down. Dude, I don't know how to live in New York. Half of them said they don't even have cars or drive. They don't know how to drive. I'm like, what? What do you mean? How do you get around? They said, we walk.
Yeah.
What? We
Some
walk.
people have
What do
one
you mean?
wheel. Some people wear a helmet and they ride on one wheel.
We walk. We ride on one wheel. No, you guys are crazy. I seen motherfuckers rollerblading through traffic in New York. They're rollerblading through traffic.
Some shit Dre would do.
You know what I mean? They got their blades on. They got their baggy bell bottoms. They're cruising through the streets of New York on their blades. scooters scooting through New York. I couldn't live there, bro. I want to survive.
Hit a rat like at the curb.
If people come to LA and California, actually, when Fawn came to California, she could not believe how far away everything was. It's like, how far away is this? Like, I was like 30 minutes. Like, what? Apparently London's the same way. Like, if it ain't within walking distance, or you can't jump on whatever colored train line you got to jump on to get there, you're just not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I didn't know that was a thing. Is that true, Sophie?
There's rats everywhere.
No, oh my God. Unbelievable.
Yo, there's rats everywhere.
Are you guys proud of that?
We have human rats, bro. So
Bro, they're human rats in costumes, bro. You saw that, bro? They're trying to kill
no,
everybody.
ours aren't in costumes. That's the problem.
Are you guys proud of your rats? Is that be honest with me? Like, California has the grizzly bear. That's our state animal. Is the rat your state animal? Is that a thing?
In Philly, it's the cheesesteaks.
That's your guys' state animal in Philly is the cheesesteaks? That's amazing.
I like how you
I
said
want
Philly,
nothing.
the state. The city animal.
Yeah, nobody knows anything in that state outside of Philly, so it might as well be a state. Who cares about the rest of that state? I'm gonna have some pissed off Pennsylvania people in here like, sir, excuse me, we have the highest taxes in the U.S. You show some put some respect on our name.
Yo, Compound, I know I'm sorry to change the subject, but bro, I just had to speak on it since a lot of us here are clones and are tapped in. Bro, I'm pissed. I was stacking up to get a clone at those levels, and this shit just pumped in the last 2 days back to like 1.4.
Yeah, bro. And if you really look kind of around the floor, there's not really nothing you're kind
No.
of. You got to
Yeah,
go up to the
exactly.
angels at about 2 ETH before you like anything. You know.
That's the thing. I was like, man, what do I do? I was down for like a random floor, or like a clean robot, or like a clean human, but then I was like,
Just wait 2 weeks, bro. You'll be all right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying even 2 days.
Yeah. You'll be all right.
So Bombay's
Hopefully.
saying this is a dead cat bounce. Don't worry, we're going lower. That's what he's saying, Pump. So just said be patient. Don't
I
trip.
can't, bro. I can't be patient. Once there's ETH in my wallet, it's not sitting there for more than a few hours.
Harry had me on the phone last night. Where's he at? He ain't even in here. I can't talk about him. He had me on the phone last night at like 2 a.m. deciding whether to buy an angel clone. And I'm like, Jerry, just sleep on. He goes, I can't. I got ETH in my
Yo,
wallet.
we were texting at 2 a.m. about the angel clone too.
We must be his like confidants. Like, do I buy? And I don't like when people ask me if they should buy things because I don't want to be responsible for your decisions. Because then, you've now connected me to your purchasing decision. I can't tell you nothing. Just sleep on it.
I ask him for his advice every day. I'm like, yo, bro, should I run it? If he's like, no, I'm like, all right, bet. If he says yes, I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, he did help me find a couple clones, but that's funny, dude. No, man.
That's
I
why
wasn't
I'm
even
always like,
talking.
when I've had some people ask me too, like, yo, should I buy a clone? I'm like, listen, man, like, you do whatever you want to do, but if you're gonna buy one, bro, just buy one you love and you like, and be patient, and then no matter up or down, you'll be happy, right? So, yeah, man, just get one you really, really love, and then you'll be happy no matter what. So, that's my only advice. Just get something you connect with, you know.
We have the same problem though, because every time I tell myself I got to spend my money on some floors, like just buy whatever is the lowest price. I always end up going to buy something I like more aesthetic.
Oh, bro,
Yeah,
I
can't
I'm
stand
I
to it.
hate NFTs, bro. Like literally, because like in every project, I'm talking every project. There's only like a handful of pieces that I actually like really really love. Like there are a lot of dope ones. Don't get me wrong, but I'm picky with everything, right? Like anything, fashion, clothes, cars, not food. I'll eat everything, but when it comes to like art and stuff or like PFPs, I'm just too picky, bro. Way too picky. But when you get your forever one and you're chilling like your initial one, my second one I want to get something kind of crazy, like something fun. So that's when you can have fun with it, right? Like you got your grail, you're chilling, and now you can kind of experiment with your second one. So I'm in that phase where like I already got like it took me months to find my forever PFP. Now I got it. Now my next one can be fun. It can be something a little crazy. So I'm in a good spot.
Great. Had to give you a little entrance.
I don't see him up here, bro. He went
Damn.
down.
I see him. He's sitting right under me.
Bro, Spaces is rugged, bro. You got to come in and come down twice.
Yeah, he's been requesting.
Free Dre.
That's how I'm though. Every time though, Bombay. Every time I'm looking at every NFT I've ever bought, I cannot just buy straight on the floor. If it's like art wise, and it's for like I always pick the more aesthetic thing, something I
Bro,
like.
I spent like double on my clone just because like it was there was no other option. Like I just had to do it. Like it is what it is. But yeah, I'm happy.
You look like him.
Right? Bro, you don't even bro, Ali's been going so bro, he was did you see some of them gifs he made the clones fighting and then they had Patron like doing the notes, bro? It's so funny. Bro, he was quick with it too, bro.
Dre Millie, you get rugged or what?
I'm super rug, man. It's a dub.
No, there he is. He's
Bum
alive.
I am
bro.
back. I am backeth. My daughter's playing Street Fighter in the background, so don't mind the noise. But I am backeth. What a day, huh?
Yeah. Pumpisha was just thanking you know who for the floor pumping. You know, he controls the floor and pump the floor for us. So shout out to that guy.
Where's the Rimowa bags when you need them, huh?
Bro,
Bro,
please
you pimped my ride to your Ramoa bag, bro.
wipe the line with Ramoas and say thanks for the Ramoas for pumping the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta break mine out of storage real quick and pose with it.
Yo, you just gotta walk around with it every day, everywhere, instead of like just carrying your stuff. Like when you go on your bike rides, just put it on your put it on your back, add straps to it,
Just
chill it
roll
out.
next to me.
Get it.
You just roll it on PCH next to you.
I'm riding tomorrow morning, so that might be a go. I don't know. These wheels ain't gonna keep up with my speed, man. I'm out here underlay.
You gotta make that shit go 75 miles per hour.
No, it's
Bro,
crazy.
I put rollerblade wheels on my office chair and it's cruising, man. It's smooth. I don't know if y'all ever done that before.
No, you didn't
Highly
do that.
recommend.
No, you
How
Yeah,
do
didn't
you
do
dude.
even think of some shit like that?
that.
Bro,
I gotta see these
hey,
pictures, man. You gotta take pictures, bro.
yo, you guys need to put rollerblade wheels and some proper bearings on your Rimowas and you'll game changer, bro. Game changer.
Should I try that at home?
No, I'm serious. Put it on your office chairs, your Rimowas. Be cruising anywhere, Dre.
Where do you even find rollerblade wheels?
Where do you think of this at, bro? Who does this?
Yeah.
You've been watching too many Rocket Power episodes.
Every single person in this audience right now who has an office chair is thinking about putting rollerblade wheels on their office chair right now.
Most
And
definitely, because I have ADHD and I can't sit still. So if I had that shit under my chair, I would be flying into the wall the whole
have
entire
you
day.
have you ever tried to adjust your office chair and like your chair and it just ain't rolling properly? Yeah, bro, it's because your bearings and your wheels are trash. You need some real shit on the office chair.
Yo, Compound, you know what you need to find now that you came up with that genius idea? I need something to add to my chair because I'm one of those people that leans back in my chair and eats shit and falls down sometimes. So we need some legs, some chair legs that could just go all the way back and save you before you eat shit. I was that one kid in class who would just lean back when it's dead silent and you just hear the whole entire desk flip over.
You need a proper chair, bro. If you guys remember Vega, didn't he throw a chair off a roof and then get a proper chair? Like, that's what you guys should all do, is throw your chairs off the roof, get a proper chair. I will say, if I ever sell or if I ever change chairs, I'm taking the wheels off this. It's going on to the rollerblades. They're coming onto the next chair.
Man, Compound said if you guys remember Vega, like
No, you remember? Not a lot of people remember the video of him throwing it off the roof.
That's just how you said it. Like, you remember Vega? Who?
He just yeeted his chair off the roof, bro.
That's dangerous.
I know.
Fuck that.
He said he had somebody down below that was looking out for foot traffic. You gotta have like OSHA certified person down below, eyes on any foot traffic.
So what's today? Tuesday? What we on today? I haven't been in the Discord. I saw a lot of people talking in the group chat. I went to the Discord this weekend to see what it was like, and it reminded me exactly why I haven't been in there in a long time. So I heard Ali is making a lot of dope renders and animations specifically for the Discord, which is kind of fire to hear. But I haven't popped in there in a while, man. Somebody give me the TLDR.
Where we got Bombay up here. He's a Discord mongrel.
Same old, bro. Same old. Just chilling. It's not really not that bad, bro. To be honest with you. We were talking about earlier about the Air Forces, talking about the Monolith X a little bit, seeing what we think is going to be in there, like what the next artifact drop is going to be, like the one that we don't know about. Then I was like, I've been trying to hunt down one of these vintage Nike watches, like in general, but they are not cheap. And I was like, man, imagine if they threw a Nike watch in the Monolith X, that shit would be crazy. But then I was like, nah, pump the brakes. But
I want watches, man. Compound already made it clear. He don't want no watches. Nobody want watches, man. It's all
man,
good,
I
bro.
don't know, bro. These vintage Nike watches are goated, bro. Like, I've been
Because they want.
Bro.
I know why they don't want watches, man. It's because they
Bro.
want 40X, bro. I know it.
Bro, imagine
like,
a
I'm
circular
gonna pin it.
Apple Watch, right? Like with like a circular face, okay? But it's in a angel crown like body. That'd be crazy.
Bro, like I just pinned these.
I'm gonna
these
still check
vintage
my
joints,
iPhone
bro.
for the time.
Like these vintage joints. So I've been trying to hunt these down for months now. I've had a couple, but like they were just like this dude was trying to ask for like 3-4 bands for one of them.
What year are they from, Bombay?
Like early 90s, I think.
Like 95, 96.
Yeah. Like my dad
damn.
had one back in the day, but then I don't know where them joint went. But like they got the plastic strap ones, which are cool, but they're cheaper. But I want the full metal band one. They're tough, bro. They're tough to track down.
I'm trying to get a full artifact. And you know what that outfit's missing at the moment? It's a watch. A nice watch, maybe even a nice necklace or something. Just jewelry, man. I mean, but y'all ain't feeling it, but it's all good.
Bro, I would take an artifact chain in a heartbeat.
That's a fact.
So wait, Shadow talking about the Doodles Crocs yesterday, and now he wants Nike artifact watches. Like, bro's all over the board. He just wants it all.
I do want it all, man. I mean, the shoes are
Yeah,
good.
I'm ordering them. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, I have a
Which
square
one?
PFP. I could do whatever I want.
The good Doodle Crocs?
Yeah, I'm buying the Doodle Crocs.
You have to put your seed phrase in to get those.
Bro, listen, I'll put in
Just
my
kidding.
seed phrase, okay? It wouldn't be the first time a Doodle got me. I don't care. I want them. They have like the little giblets on them already.
Did they sell out already?
Did they?
No, it's not for sale yet. It's next week.
I
Yes.
thought it was yesterday.
No. There's just more announcements of announcements yesterday.
So I just made that up in my head.
No,
I mean,
they were just announcing announcements, bro.
Oh shit, Shadow, you getting the Doodle Crocs?
no, because I'm building up to my sweep. Well, shit, now everybody knows it. But yes, I'm trying to do a sweep. Once somebody forgets about a certain item and it becomes very quiet, I'm gonna probably perform my first sweep and instead of picking up a secondary clone, and then after that, then it's gonna be clone only. And hopefully before the end of this year I got enough to do both. But after today, I'm like, well shit. Maybe if crypto does moon. Maybe NFTs will try to moon. Oh, wait, there's a clone on the floor right now for 1 ETH. I don't know why the hell somebody just did that. But I just saw it change. So if somebody wants a clone for 1 ETH, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but
Bruh, I wish I had one eat someone.
it like just switched right in front of my eyes. I was like, what the hell? Hold on, let me refresh. Dang, somebody got it that quick? What the hell happened? Let me see. What the hell happened? Yep. Somebody had that shit ready to go. Sold 25 seconds ago. I saw that shit. I was like, why would somebody post one for 1 ETH
Are you
when it's
sure that,
free?
that's 1 ETH or 1.72? That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, let me make sure. Maybe I'm tripping then.
It's a clean clone too.
Yeah, I see
No,
1.72.
yeah, I think it was 1.7, but shit, is this thing bugging out, bro? Oh, I probably need to update it. I got this thing that monitors the floor, so it updates every time something drops on the floor. Actually, let me look at listings.
You're about to get rubbed. There's one that clean. There's a chick on the floor, the human with the horns and the vest. It's pretty cute, and then the clean human right next to it.
Yeah.
Not that bad. It's pretty nice. Couple clones there.
Yeah, it was 1.7. I don't know why the hell it's that, but I saw 100, and you can't buy it. It just tells you what the floor is of the product that you're watching. But anyways, I fucking forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, man, we
Anyways,
got getting there.
Yo, I got a question. So we saw. This is totally different from anything that you guys were just talking about because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. But the impact theory being attacked by SEC, right? Did we talk about that at all?
Nope,
'Cause that's crazy stuff right there.
it's big, bro.
That's crazy stuff. Your thing is gonna start up the chain reaction for a lot of the, um, I guess, the influenced, created projects.
I'm gonna say yes, and the reason why I'm gonna say yes is because they bowed out and they paid that 6.7 million or whatever it was. So you know what the SEC is gonna do? And be like, oh shit, without even a sense of trying to fight back. Let's see who else we can get. Cause that's how this SEC, man, they're a gang, bro, and they attack on something, and if something seems weak to them and they feel like they can farm a bunch of fees out of people, then I guarantee you they're going to continue to attack. So let's see what they do next. I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to be named, or they're probably going to pull the crypto shit where they post like 7 different companies of who they're targeting next. But I feel like if you're a big NFT platform, you should really look into what exactly happened and figure out how you're gonna make your next steps. And look, I'm not gonna lie, like Planet, the whole thing about the whole situation is because they pretty much outline, if you buy this, it's like you're buying and investing in our company. They use all those keywords that the SEC looks for to target people. And one thing that I've noticed is that Planet X, unfortunately, they use the same type of language. Now, they're nowhere near as big, but any project that is using the language of, if you buy this, you are going to be investing into our company or project, I feel like is opening themselves up to be a target.
That's crazy. That's mad. I agree with you. That's
what if,
super
what if you're a
crazy.
project based out of China? You don't give a damn, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like, right? Like United States is not end all be all, but most projects, to my understanding, are based in the United States in NFT.
I think that's probably right.
It's wild times out here, man. This is crazy. It's like stuff like this happened and come out yesterday with Impact Theory being like bully. And honestly, that's like a bully move. You know what people do when they pick on you to see if they can get you to get something for them, or they'll pick on you and keep picking on you until you stand up for yourself. It's like a straight up bully move, and they straight up just bullying the block. But for that to happen yesterday, and then for today, the grayscale case to be pushed through for them to have Bitcoin futures, like it's so much erratic movement happening in this space right now, man. And it's only been 48 hours. Like this shit is, it's crazy. We don't know what up from down and left from right for real. All this stuff is nuts.
No, it was a spot ETF, so they can buy on spot. The futures was there, but it's still big. It's even bigger than any futures.
That means the ETF, more than likely, right? Like it's a game changing time, right? Like that's gonna bring so much liquidity into the space. Your grandmother gonna be having a 401k in Bitcoin somewhere for real down the line. Like this is crazy times we in, man. All of this stuff is crazy, man.
I think
I am the grandma with the Bitcoin 401k in year 3000.
imagine everybody calling their financial advisors like, yo, move it all into Bitcoin. And they're like, no, I really don't recommend this. I don't know. And fucking move it, right? Because now you can. Now it can't. Well, it will be soon. Move it all into Bitcoin. Tired of these boomer stocks. Man.
Hey, sorry, is somebody talking right now?
No, go ahead, Shadow.
Yeah, I don't want to be biased or anything, and sorry, I had the volume all the way down. I just assumed you guys are still talking about it.
Your bias
I
is
have
good.
checked, and to my findings, I have not been able to find anywhere that an artifact representative, before they were acquired by Nike or afterwards, say by buying this, you're buying Nike. You know what I mean? Like any type of verbiage of that nature. Other big projects, I have seen it, but we'll just see what the SEC does next.
I don't think they would have ever said that. I'm not surprised you didn't find anything.
No, yeah, because that's the first thing
Oh,
I did last night. I was like, shit. So I just started backtracking, trying to look and see, quick scan, but nothing. But there are projects out there that are like, if you buy this, you're buying into this club, and we're going to the moon. Like I'm all the hype projects. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what it is, man. You got to watch out now.
bro, we
But
did a series of FUD. We had a whole space on this. It was like investors. It was like a space we had because there was a good majority of people in this crypto space or even in NFTs who honestly believed that by holding the NFTs they had say in the movements of the company as if they were a stockholder, like they held stock, right? And these things are not stock. And we had to have a space that I was up on stage to make it very clear that these NFTs and collectibles, digital collectibles, are not stock in any way, and you have no say in what the company does. And it's still not clear to a lot of people this day. There's still people who don't understand the concept. But I remember specifically having this space. A lot of the people who were there really mad are no longer with us. I remember one specifically who was raising hell about it.
I remember that.
He's not even with us anymore, anyways. But yeah, I think it's super important now. I think we're starting to see as the SEC catches up with this space, you're starting to see why it's so important that the teams move in a certain way, speak in a certain way, or don't speak in a certain way, or leave out specific things. because they've got a bunch of Nike lawyers on board that are going to set them up for success moving into the future as the SEC catches up to this space. They're going to go for the big boys. They're going to go for anybody they can. And as long as the history on the timeline and the history of every drop has like moved a certain way, they have that cushion there. That's what a lot of people don't think about. It's like, why are they so quiet? Well,
Yeah.
Like
A
I
lot of people didn't CYA for real, and that's why we received so much FUD in the beginning about this. Nike doesn't even care about you guys because there wasn't a lot of Nike associated talk until still not real, but they've moved in strategic ways, right? When Nike will repost certain things or dot swoosh conversations will bring up artifacts in certain ways, but it's never been anything like you said, Shadow. Like they jumping out the window just saying Nike, 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 Nike. And people were so upset about that for so long. And now it's playing out to be the most intelligent thing that they could have done because the SEC is coming, man, coming for that ass. We was talking about this when we had the panel with Chris for the NFT LA situation. And Chris and Bobby Hundreds. And that's when it first started. Remember, not first started, but we was talking about how things had to be done in a strategic manner when you have these projects because people will come after you. You say the wrong thing, you set yourself up for trouble, end up in a bad situation. And SEC on that ass. And here they come, bro. People thought it was up. Thought it was over, but it's only the beginning. What's that, Master P?
And honestly, man, like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is the main reason why I was so big into Vivi, because I was like, before I knew how this space worked, all I saw was whenever I saw anything OpenSea NFT related, it was a bunch of pump this, buy this, the founders talking about, or do you want to get rich? You better be a part of this whitelist, like, all kinds of stuff like that. And coming from more traditional market, but I was in crypto, the first, like, before Vivi even got like Disney, right? The first like sit down conversations between those founders of Vivi and like Disney is they were like, this is what we're offering, and we're gonna list a whole terms and agreement with every single drop so that people understand what they can do with these digital assets, what they can't do with these digital assets, what they can expect with these digital assets, and vice versa, right? And people were like, so like, oh man, if I buy this, I'm gonna get access to Disney World. Nope. If I buy this, I'm gonna do it, because they were bringing that Web3 like into that mindset, and Disney was like way ahead of that, because they were like, even when they came up with ideas to reward holders of certain assets, Disney said no, legally we cannot offer anything that we did not put up front before they purchased, to avoid all type of legal, like, us trying to say we did it this way or that way. Like, there's a lot of rhyme and reason to all this legality stuff. And so I always thought in my head, like, well, if that's what you guys are saying, then all these pump NFT groups over here are going to be in a lot of trouble if the SEC ever turns their sights on NFTs. Because normally how this stuff works is, I know people like to act like there's some secret society that's like controlling everything, but really the SEC is just a gang of bullies, and they'll look at something making a bunch of money and be like, if this survives X amount of time, we'll go after it. But 9 times out of 10, dumb money ends up just disappearing overnight. Well, guess what? NFTs didn't disappear overnight. So they chose the most reputable, in my opinion, because this guy actually has an actual company. They chose a super easy target, somebody they knew would bow out. And I guarantee you, and mark my words, this is not going to be the last. A lot of people are going to get their sights set on, depending on what they said on Twitter, how they presented their NFTs, even probably down to how it was marketed, of how you can buy it. This shit is like serious. That's why I posted that meme last night, because I was like, shit, bro, I thought we had at least another year or so, but no, they're like, fuck it. We're losing on the crypto side of shit. They're getting their ass kicked with crypto. They're like, fuck it. Let's find something we can get a win on. And that's what they did. Yeah.
On that ass. That's a fact. No, it's I gotta find that clip we have with Bobby Hundreds, man, because we was talking all about this because we started talking about the crypto coins that have been created and utility that comes along with the crypto coins and the reason why drip didn't drop. That was a bar. And it all makes sense now, like you said, man. A lot of people thought they were just going to get away with it and roll off into the sunset. Here come the werewolves when the moon come out. It's a wrap. So it's going to be interesting. This is a very interesting space and time, and I want to see how it play out.
What up, Kuro?
Yo, Ali has blessed me with a new PFP. Saint, calm down. I just talked to you, bro.
That's sick. Yo, how you get a square PFP like that? What the hell?
He
Girl got
There's
just
a
got
one
it
was
like
for
that.
this shit.
every day, bro.
When I said by any means, I meant by any fucking means. Okay, literally by any means. They will see us, and they will respect us again. Floor price is irrelevant. Create a revolution. That's it.
Hey, yo, Compound, man. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this joke going. Ever since you guys told me, I'm not gonna let this joke die. You know what else is really great about this project? They treated us like customers, bro. Guess who the SEC's not going after? Founders that treated their communities like customers. They offered an NFT that was pretty much just an access pass to buy something else. Not an investment into the company, not any of that other BS. If you were treated like a customer, odds are you got nothing to worry about.
Bro, same thing with Azuki, Doodles. Yo, I like being treated like a customer. You don't want me making decisions, okay? Look, okay? You can't trust me to make any fucking decisions because I'm just going to make the decisions I think are good. This is probably not the best idea for a business account, but clone visibility. That's the key.
Yeah, but if your NFT project got a token and your NFT project says something along the lines of, man, if you buy this, like, we're trying to create a new standard and you're buying into the company, if they use those type of verbiage and they got a token, I ain't got good news for you, man.
Bro, if someone like me knows that and these quote unquote projects don't know this, who's the real idiot now?
So you're telling me that I bought
Bro, I only
the base level a membership
like
pack and an
buy
access
and
pack.
mess with certain things because I want to be treated like a customer. I don't want any responsibility other than the responsibility I want to take on. If I want to pay extra money to have a Square PFP and register it as a business, I'll do that because that's what I want to do. Artifacts aren't going to tell me to do this. They probably don't think this is a good idea. And I don't blame them. But I'm just going by what I fucking like. If you can buy things that you like, you're doing business art collectors that have collected art throughout the centuries, okay? The fact that you get to own something of Murakami's that's not like a archival print or something that was made in some quantity. There's only one of every single clone. People forget that. Each one is unique to itself, so it's invaluable. It's timeless. It's Murakami's art.
My God. My
Yeah.
God.
That was poetic.
My God.
What are you saying, bro?
Did you have that written down, bro? GN.
No, GM, bro. I'm in my feelings right now.
Oh, I can tell. That
So
was obviously a joke. I can tell.
Yeah, bro.
Sophie called me in
This
my feelings
PFP hit.
earlier. She was with me. I was in my feelings too. I feel it. I'm with you. We're there.
Well, Kiro has a
People
clone
are
PSP.
disrespectful. They talk about floors, and I never seen any of Murakami's art on the floor in a gallery. It's always on a pedestal. But, mental anguish and wag me, we all got mental illnesses now,
Bro, Heavy,
is
are you
crazy.
double tapping down there? What are you doing with those emojis, bro? What the hell? Nah, what's going on here? This is like a bad take feature? What's this about?
Your
Yeah.
Android doesn't know how to
I'm
do
on the
that.
iPhone right
She
now. You need
said
to
your
chill. That's why
Android.
Hey,
that's why I keep the
yo, did she
iPhone on
just call?
retainer so I can clap when it's time. You know what I'm saying?
So I can
Yeah.
clap.
Did she just call him out on the Android? Oh
Because
my!
he pulls out an iPhone and an Android, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Threw him under the
I'm on,
bus.
I'm
Never
on
let
both teams,
anybody
you
know
know. You
about
gotta
that.
play undercover, sneaky. They be like, "Yo, we love Android." I'm like, "Yep, I'm with you." They be like, "Oh, we're all iPhones." I'm like, "Yep, I'm with you."
Yeah, I had the Galaxy Fold for 2 days. And it didn't end well today.
That was the worst. That Galaxy phone.
How was that?
It's broken. I dropped that shit, man. I had it on my lap in the car. I get out, and it fell on the ground. I took that right back to Bell Canada. They can hold that L. I'm not taking it.
Yo, funny story about those phones, bro. So you know how it has this screen on like it has three different screens, right? Because it's hella huge. If you break that shit, first of all, there's not really any cases for it. If you break that, the phone itself is like $1,500. You take it to a repair store to get it fixed, they're gonna charge you $1,200, bro.
I
It
should have
was.
taken a picture of it. It was fucking disgusting.
It's an
I
iPad
should have
or
taken a
what?
fucking picture of it. I was
What'd you
kind
say
of
it was?
embarrassed.
Yeah, see, that too, man. And when they want the right color bubble, I just hit them with the right color bubble. It's easy.
Yeah. When did you go? Why do you have a green thing? You just switch to your next phone. You just put the SIM card in your.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I
"Oh,
don't know
that
what
wasn't
happened.
even me, bro. I don't know what number that was. That wasn't me."
There's no you got. So you carry both of these things around?
Yes, sir. All the time.
It's just the best of both worlds. Huh? You just never know what you're gonna need.
I mean, I
Compound,
mean, yeah, kinda.
compound, man. You telling me you don't want this up top, man? Come on, bro.
Want what up top? What do I want up top?
Murakami watch, man.
No, that's
Oh, I do
hard.
want that. I don't know who said it don't look good.
No, that's super
Baron?
fire.
That's
Wait,
Baron said it
whoa,
don't look good.
wait,
That is
whoa. The Hublot is a fucking spinner too.
yo,
Did
check this out though.
you see the color joints though? The ones with the colored
All black gang.
diamonds?
I'm sorry, that all black is
Nah,
outrageous.
the color was
The all,
crazy. The
Wait,
color
let me
joints was
get.
crazy.
We're gonna do a test real quick. Here's the test. We're gonna go around the stage and we're gonna ask everybody what time it is because the comments in there are hilarious. Nobody knows how to tell the time. Like, how do you tell the time on this? So let's ask everybody what time it is. Bombay, what time is it on that watch? Hero, what time is it on that watch?
It's 3:10. Come on, y'all gotta be better than
Oh
this.
man, it's
Everybody gotta be better than
I
this.
was gonna say it. I was waiting for my turn.
yeah, I thought I was gonna get the call
bro.
out first, man. I don't know. I was
See,
waiting.
anybody who's
No, I
worn
couldn't call on.
anyone who's worn a Movado watch before knows what's up. Like you, like that's pretty easy. Like that's it is what it is. But
Oh,
Anybody who's been to preschool should know this,
Got
bro. They
the
don't teach this
angles.
in the school system
Got
they
anymore.
the
don't.
angles.
No,
They don't know
bro.
about the angles no more, bro. They don't know.
They have digital clocks now in schools, so when they see analog, they actually don't know how to tell the time because they grow up with digital clocks on the wall. I've seen videos of a guy walking around asking people how to tell the time or like what time it was, and people like the younger generations for sure don't know. Not all of them, but like a majority of them don't know.
Hey, all I'm saying is if there's a watch in that Monolith X, y'all better block me, bro. Cause you ain't gonna hear the end of it.
Nah, bro. You shaking. You ain't gonna hear the end of Shake, bro. That's who you're not gonna hear the end of. What's
Oh,
my boy?
yeah.
What's my boy gonna do with 320 watches? Tell me that.
He go open a watch store, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And go bankrupt.
I don't even know who this guy is. So if you're in the audience,
Shake has been going ham. 320 monoliths. My man got a DNA.
I don't know who this man is.
That's crazy.
if
Yo,
I'm
yo, my bad, my bad, my bad. But what I was gonna Shake such a Shake is such a fucking legend, bro. And he gave his some opinions on the monolith in the Discord, and they were super valid and super reasonable. And I think Shake is gonna be chilling good with his 315.
What did he
He's
say?
a
Break it down for us.
I don't want to put it out because it may have been private, but I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat.
well, what I was gonna say, compound is like not even just a shake guy, but even a guy that has like 500 animus eggs. When you're that dedicated on something that you don't know about, there's two things that you got to remember. One, this can turn out to be something that you have zero interest in. And two, it's kind of like you just gotta really be aware that that was not the intent. The intent was never for somebody to have 300 or 500 of, a certain item. Really, the intent was everybody to have one. So, I mean, that just from a just consumer perspective, if it is watches, I hope they're fire and I hope everybody loves them. But if he just absolutely does not like watches, I mean, hey, we'll see what's inside that box. It says time.
Shadow,
Why would it
I'm
be watches though? Where would we even
bro.
get watches from in the first
I,
place?
You want this fucking shit to go to zero quicker than ever, then put watches in the monolith. You don't understand the shit we've dealt with, bro. You don't understand. Drake, does he understand the FUD that we've dealt with for 8 months, bro? You put watches in the
A
monolith.
watch? Why would it be a
We're
watch
gonna
of all things?
we're
Wait,
gonna be
So
so
here's the
because the
thing. Here's the
watch
thing.
isn't a sneaker?
I think it can be anything. Like it's a mystery box, right? And I think the watch is pretty cool. But I think the main point and the takeaway was the difference between the crypto dunks and the other one was that um, if dunks were digital assets first, that can be for right. So like I think the crypto dunk, the kicks, like wasn't like it was a physical first, and the digital asset kind of wasn't there. But I think that's why the dunks were so perfect is because it was a digital asset first that could be forged, and both have provenance and both have utility, right? Digital form and the physical, and I think I think it would be nice to go back to that where the Monolith X, it's a digital where you can have it as a digital and a physical. I think that's super important because we are in Web3 and we are collecting digital collectibles, and then you can have the physical. Versus the Lace Engine didn't really serve any purpose and utility. It was like a mint pass. But the crypto dunks are a mint pass, but they're also a digital collectible, the first crypto dunk, right? And like it's super cool to have. You can put it up in the bot, whatever. I think that was a great point that Shake made.
well, so I'll say this, man. The reason why I'm saying watch is not because I'm trying to be funny. Is because when I was looking at it and you look at the description, I'm gonna pull it up now. It literally says something that thought to be lost, or something that has appeared from a time thought lost. It's time. That's a big like indicator, right? So if it's not jewelry, if it is going to be something digital starting out that maybe later can be forged, because you got to remember this came from a box within a box within a box, right? So it's not going to be like you open this thing and then like you immediately get to like forge for free. There's still probably going to be a forging mechanic if it's even something that nature. I can get down with a digital item that hopefully the inventory app is out by then and maybe we can throw it on the clones or the animus or whatever it is something that's actually usable immediately once we open it. But if it's related to time, there's only two things that I feel like are timeless. That is, what is it? The Air Max, the Jordan, or time, literally like meaning time on a watch. So it's got to be, in my opinion, is one of those three. If they keep it to a shoe, then it's one of those two. If it's going to be something else, a totally different type of accessory, I'm going for a watch. But it's going to be something fashion streetwear related, in my opinion, that also Nike would have a hand in either have created or is going to be created, because Nike's logo is on the artifact box as well too, with the artifact blade.
Well,
So
they,
Well, I'm gonna
well,
say this too, though. I think honestly, Shadow just made some really good points. But I don't think it's a watch. So honestly, I think it's another pair of shoes. Like we had the first one, it was a pair of shoes. It had something to do with shoes. The second one was a lace engine, had something to do with shoes. The third one, I would think, it's gonna be more something that has to do with shoes. But to Bombay's point, I think people were so upset about the lace engine situation because when you got the crypto dunk, you got a skin vial and a crypto dunk. You could have resold both of those and generated revenue. People were upset because the Monolith 2 didn't have anything that they could generate revenue off of. And that's why it was such a big deal for everyone, and they felt so rugged because they couldn't do anything financially with the lace engine besides buy a pair of shoes for a discount. And that's where it ended for them. So if they had 300 of those, they felt like they was asked out. But if you had 300 of the regular monoliths, you end up having 300 shoes, crypto dunks, and 300 skin vials, where you could, at that time, bust them off for the high. So that was the main issue. And that was bull market. So everybody wanted money. So that's it. It was financial standpoint was cut off, and they were upset about that. So it is what it is.
Shadow, I think you're also going too deep, bro. Like, think of an ancient artifact. It would come from a time thought lost. So just because it says time in there, don't mean it's a watch, bro. But
What should be
I
a
also think it's going to be
watch?
another pair of shoes too. To be honest
at
with you,
this
but yeah,
point,
but if they
And
do it like the dunks, right? I think it'd be better where they just you open it up and you get the shoe versus the lace engine. But
Yo, what if they
to,
gave us like a duffel bag or some kind of like backpack?
that'd be
I
dope.
think it's gonna be sunglasses. It's gonna be those
yeah,
billionaire
No.
shades.
I
Low key, they did have those AR glasses back in the day, like when Artifact was super, super early and no one really knew what
Hmm.
they were doing. I remember them from back then.
if we want to play it safe, more than likely it's going to be another shoe. I do think Artifact's going to cover every shoe style, where Air Force, Air Max, Jordan, Converse probably even will come out eventually. Like right now, we're about to do the Dunks. So every historic style of Nike shoe, we're basically going to touch on. Here's where I'm at though with the whole box. Is if it's not a watch, which look, I'll take it. I'm the only person that thinks there's a watch inside this box. If it's not a watch, it is definitely going to be a OG shoe or an OG something. And the guy who has 300 boxes, I literally think he's gonna be super happy, because it's probably gonna be not just one style of shoe. Like with the monolith, you got just the crypto dunks and then like a vial. I think that was kind of like a one-time thing. I think there's only one thing. Well, I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I think you're only going to get one thing inside of this box, and it's probably going to be different styles, maybe like a like the DNAs, right? It'll be like, the 10 different versions of like a Jordan or like a Air Max. You know what I mean? Where the crypto dunks, you can generate those different versions of the shoe by having a vial. Or maybe they keep the vial thing going. Maybe we get, I don't know, maybe Animus, because I do think this is going to happen after Animus. So I think by the time we open this Monolith X, we're going to already have inventory. We're going to already been forged the crypto dunks, and Animus is going to come out. So maybe there's a little bit more room to add in some more experimental type of like vials, like different types of, I don't know. They can introduce something new along with a Air Max or Jordan. I don't know, something like that. It'll be cool and interesting. It'll be fun.
It'd be cool, it'd be interesting, it'd be fun. I like that, Shadow. That's a nice philosophy.
What I was gonna say is the whole point. I don't think you're wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But the whole point of the monolith is to introduce innovation, right? So whatever product is in there is going to be something new and different. I don't think it's going to be a basic watch or a basic shoe or some. And let's not forget that Zap himself, I think, has said that what they really want to do is bring their own silhouette and bring that. They haven't, to this day, they have not yet introduced their own silhouette designed from scratch, right? They've built on top of what's already existing and what's already there. So, if nothing else, in my mind, Monolith at some point, whether it's the X or the next one of them is going to drop a completely new silhouette. So I don't
Tebby,
know.
is CRL not a new silhouette?
No,
I used to
Nike
think it's not.
constructed the
No,
silhouette.
yeah,
Nah, that was a
it's
Nike shoe.
It's from the
correct.
Nike Adapt BB 2.0,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. I used to think that the Monolith 4. I had a theory that the first one was the Genesis. The
Baron, you
second would
okay,
be the
bro?
Jordan. Am I rugging?
Now there's just a lot of background noise.
Got
But
a lot
again,
of New
Oh,
York noise in the background.
I'm outside, baby. What's up? I'm in NYC. What y'all in your houses and shit?
Baron in the Bronco Baron.
He's on a wheel.
Yeah, my bad. So I used to think like the second one was the Jays, and then the third one might have been Converse. Maybe nobody
Spread
would have
love.
liked it. And the final fourth monolith, well, not final, but if you just look at the space pod, right, the loop pod, look at the wall. It had their logos in order as they are, right? I was assuming that would be the order of like silhouettes, and the fourth box, the fourth monolith, would have been like their own silhouette. So I mean, they could still do shoes and switch the silhouettes and to theirs, but who knows? I
yeah,
like this watch idea. I kind of, if it's like,
No,
if it's a
no,
if it's a if it's a watch that can actually function, like
no.
like it would be sick. But I don't think that's possible. So yeah, no, maybe not.
I think
but
that
I mean,
makes the most
the
sense.
other thing too is it doesn't have to stop at watches or shoes or whatever. It could just be an experience. It could be an experience, like a real IRL life experience, like an event, something that they're doing, right? So I don't. There's so many ways that you can take innovation and repackage it, distribute it, have people experience it. That you know, it's fun to speculate, but I'm honestly just sitting back and watching at this point. Like I enjoy the talk, right? Like it's really cool, but I'm like, if the whole point of this project, and this is why I'm attracted to it, is like innovation, doing what hasn't been done. It almost stands to believe that dropping a basic watch or a basic shoe, that silhouette that already exists, out of what you're calling your innovation tool, which is the monolith, is almost like backwards. Like,
Yeah,
why would you do that?
Don't let it be a watch. Let's move to the hands.
yeah, Tevy's cooking, dude. It would be fucking ridiculous to call it the innovation method and put out some shoes and a silhouette that's been around and a watch. It would be crazy. Spread, what's up?
Yo, what is good, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, man.
First of all, I'm really disappointed that the CloneX New York's NYC fam did not invite me for Taco Tuesdays.
It's messed up.
Come on, guys, that's really messed up. Like, you should know better than that. You know what I'm saying? I blame Hodl, by the way. I blame Hodl CEO. That's all I'm gonna say. But I did want to say maybe it's not a watch. Maybe it's a fanny pack. Wouldn't it be great if it was like a fanny pack? Like a really dope fanny pack?
Now
I'm
we're
just saying.
cooking. Now we're cooking.
Hey, listen, you gotta think the way that I think in fashion terms. You know, everybody wants a watch, you want a pair of sneakers, but maybe it's just a fanny pack. You know, that's all.
Yo, safe bet, blaming it on Hodl. Always can blame it on Hodl. Sophie's a good scapegoat too if you ever need to blame it on Sophie. But Hodl's always the first choice.
100%. Huddle, we better become friends now because I'm not missing out on another Taco Tuesday with you and Max and the CloneX NYC fam. So you better come through with me next time.
Yeah, same.
And
I didn't get an invite either. So
Yeah, me either.
total silence from Huddle. Not a damn thing to say. Thank you.
he's in New York where they have ambulances, giant rats, and an immense amount of noise in the background. Apparently, oh, he rugged.
Giant.
You guys don't know. I'm in New York too, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And let me tell you, those rats don't get any bigger than you think. Interestingly enough, the mayor here in New York actually hired a rat czar, somebody specifically to help get rid of all the rats. Whoever that is, I wish that person the best of luck because that is one hell of a job I would never want. But okay.
I had the
Like how
Pied
they're
Piper.
I like how they're starting to call them the czars. It's so fitting for New York. Shadow, what's up, bro?
Hey, I will say, first of all, sorry, I hated New York. Absolutely hated New York. But what one thing that did intrigue me was how big you guys get your rats. Because I've seen like just wild rats, but it's like you guys like engineered the biggest rats I've ever seen in my life, which kind of added to the reason why I really hated New York. I can't be around that much concrete without some form of I don't know, life other than human and metal being around. But yeah, I don't know how you guys do that. You guys like that, and it's weird to me. But hey, I guess that's New York. But anyway,
Shadow, where are you? Where are you?
I'm in Texas.
All right, well, if that's the case, I'll take the rats any day over 115 degrees for like 45 days straight.
It's
Okay, that's
hot.
all I'm going to say.
It's hot in Texas.
Wait, Shadow, isn't so I learned this fun fact when I went and visited my brother in Dallas. And apparently, and so you're from Texas, so I'm hoping you can confirm this, but when I Googled it, it said it was true. Apparently, Texas has the highest population of tigers. Is that true?
It is, bro.
So I don't know, man. Like, so I went out, I was walking in the neighborhood, at my brother's place or whatnot. And, it was like evening time. I go on a stroll, I come back, and he's like, "Hey man, like you gotta let me know when you go out." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, if you're gonna go out, you kind of need to know just for your own safety that there's tigers out there." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh well, we have the biggest population of tigers, so you gotta be careful."
I'm
And I didn't know that, so I don't know. Like, I feel like rats are probably better than big tigers.
I just want to say, tigers will eat people. The rats in New York City just love the pizza. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. They literally Max probably knows what I'm talking about. But these rats, if they find a piece of pizza, they be dragging it all the way down the subway tracks to wherever the hell their homes are. They just love New York City pizza because New York City has the best pizza and the bagels. Full stop. Second of all, Texas is just messed up on a whole nother level because they are the only state in the entire United States that has their own power grid that is separate from the entire U.S. And whenever it gets way too hot or it gets too cold and you guys lose water or lose electricity, you guys always find a way to blame it on somebody else in some other state when you guys literally have your own power grid. And Huddle, I don't know, I see you're back. So do you have an excuse for not inviting me for Taco Tuesday? And still, total silence. Isn't it amazing?
Yo, listen, I'll invite you next time, bro. No problem. I didn't know you was out here.
Shadow,
Of
what's
course,
good, bro?
it's in my name, dude. It says it in the handle. How could it not be?
Well, I
Spread
mean,
love
this
and
this
kind.
this is our first time meeting, so I mean that I might get that pass there. But yeah, definitely, I'll invite you.
uh
Listen, I
I'm
was just
legit
messing
trying to
early,
figure
but it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to meet you. I always love connecting with awesome New York City people. Um, But I did want to say my take is it's a fanny pack, and that's my final thought on the subject. So thank you.
So before we move on, like, I'm really trying to figure out right now if
Well,
Huddle and Spread are like they know each other or they really don't know each other.
no, they don't know each other, bro. It's very clear. You could tell in the tone of voice from each other they don't. So, anyways,
Hey, Paisan.
first
Hey, I'm walking here. I got my coffee. What's going on? Hey,
hey Tevi, first of all, I've never seen a damn tiger in the wild in my life. Wild boars, yes. Snakes, yes. Tiger, no. Power grid. If you got a generator and gasoline, you ain't gotta worry about no power grid. You're good. What was the other thing?
Texas's power grid. I don't want to hear it.
Look,
No.
look, you get mad at our power grid all you want, but at least we have enough room to actually move around. All right, you can't even do a freaking. You know,
Oh, me?
get into it. My wife tells me just to not talk about New York. I knew I was gonna hate New York before I even went up there. I was mad the whole time, bro.
I don't live in fucking New York. What? No way.
No. I didn't live in New
Me.
York.
Don't put that on me. Yo, let's say what's up to Murder, bro. I haven't heard from this guy. He is from that area, so we're gonna check in with Murder.
What up? What up? How's everybody doing?
What's the news?
Just been working. Been listening to all this fact check bullshittery going on here with this tiger talk and all this shit. Texas has the highest population of tigers in captivity, and it's greater than the sum of all the wild tigers in the world, but they're all in fenced-in areas. Thank God I'm here. Huddle, how are you doing? It's nice to hear your voice. I'm in the area. I've been
Long time no speak, baby.
working like a dog. Just busting out doing iron work. Been welding my butt off, and getting sick from breathing in welding gas and stuff. But yeah,
Wait, Murder, you're in You in New York now?
I'm in Connecticut.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. I'm in
I thought
Connecticut,
you were
but
in Mass.
yeah. I'm in like Springfield. I'm like right next to Springfield, Mass.
I was born in Springfield, Massachusetts.
That's right.
So you already know. Yes, sir.
But I work like mostly in Boston. I'm trying to get work closer to home. It's turning out. It's really funny. I got to take a picture of this thing before this job finishes up. The company I'm with right now, they have a sign on the fence and it says biggest water builder in the nation. Because they build water plants. But according to that sign, they don't build water plants. They just build water. So while you guys are out here talking about your little JPEGs, I'm out in the IRL building water. All right? Not just any water, the biggest. All right? You probably saying to yourself right now, I'm like, man, I met compared to me right now because I'm the biggest in the nation. Now, I don't know. It could be the world. For all I know, it could be the world. Maybe America is the biggest water building nation in the world.
Sick of this. Okay, how do you build water? Let's start there. That doesn't make no sense. I don't want to know what New York's putting in their water or Connecticut. I already know what California puts in their water. I'm not happy about it. I don't want to know about
Yeah, no, Connecticut water. That's from the ground, man. I don't know, but they've been doing a lot of fracking out there, so there might be a few extra gases in the water. You could like light it on fire and shit. NYC water, just like the pizza and the bagels. I don't know if you guys know, it's actually the secret to the sauce, baby. If you get the water, you can make the New York pizza. All right, it's all the fluoride, baby.
Bro,
It's like they say, you can bring a horse to water, but it's about the motion in the ocean.
Remove. All right.
I was just about to talk about the bagels and the pizza, but thanks for shouting that out. I actually got a bounce. I just wanted to come in here and hang with a couple of cool people. You guys are awesome. Hope you all have a wonderful night. And remember, the smallest amount of kindness can always make the biggest difference. So let's get out there and help however many people we can.
Those are bars. We appreciate you. Those are good words.
Man, we ain't talked about a bunch of nothing today. But look, it is watches in the monolith, fanny packs, you name it. All we really know is that for $209, you're going to regret not stacking them. That's all I'm going to say. Take it as financial advice if you want to. I know I'm right, but it is what it is.
But, yo, Hear me out.
I'm down Braden's house tonight. Okay, I'm
I
gonna tell
mean, if there's another monolith in the monolith, again, I think that's a score right there for everybody. Uh, I don't know what's in it. As long as there's another box inside the box, I think that's really what will be the good sign
Facts.
moving forward.
Factual.
When does
Because
it end?
if it's another $80 coupon, which it probably is, let's be real about it. It probably is a discount on something that you can be able to pick up later without buying the monolith. But if the monolith keeps churning things out like that, then you hold on to it, and then there's your, financial aspect of the return of like, hey, this is why you should hold this thing instead of just like buying it later.
You know what a question I want to ask the founders? Is there an end? Do you have an end in mind of how you want to conclude this? Or is this truly meant to be a everlasting project? Because that's like an important question to me. Because it's kind of like, is there a conclusion to the monolith box? Or will it just continuously always spawn another box? Because if you technically think about it, as long as you have to actually pay for the forge, it's not like they're just giving away stuff for free. It pretty much acts as a pass that comes to life and does stuff as you claim and reveal and forge and claim and reveal and forge. It just never kind of like ends, and it can literally go on forever. I don't know. What do you guys think?
you.
Like,
Shadow.
what's
There
up?
is no end to innovation.
Yeah,
Okay,
innovation.
there's no end to innovation. Therefore, monolith will be everlasting. And whether it's with our founders or the next generation, if it makes sense and this is lasting that long and they create that legacy, they can keep it going forever. So everlasting.
Do you like innovation, Shadow? Because we do. Do you want innovation to end? Because we don't.
I want to innovate a watch, but you don't.
I mean, you were talking about
You don't even know who Shake is, and you're talking about watches. Come on.
oh my god, we went back to that.
Wait, what were you saying, Tevi? What's up?
No, I'm just laughing at Compound and his comment going, bringing it full circle. But no, I think to answer your question, everlasting innovation with an artifact, monolith will live on forever, and we'll probably be on. We'll stop numbering them. It'll just be the monolith, and then that's going to be that.
I
New theme. That'd be pretty cool.
I always thought monolith was a pretty innovative way to have like introduce new things to the market, and that's what we all expected. When I think remember when it dropped, we had spaces and there was details, and it was said to be used to bring new innovation into the space or into the project instead of having to do fresh brand new claims and mints on these things. um, they have the monolith and use that as a way to enter things into the ecosystem. And I always thought that was pretty clever because each time you open one, the next one comes, and they use that one to bring in something new. I don't know. I liked the idea of the everlasting monolith, and I think that's what the expectations were, at least for everybody who's been here since the first one. That's how I see it playing out. It's just it being continuing to be a access to the next kind of innovative drop or thing that they have.
So I'm with Shake on this. Like the I kind of want to move away from the Russian doll approach because I want to. How do I say this? Like I'm okay with the opening it and then getting airdropped or getting claimed it after and like having it once a box a year. So then you can own it, open it, enjoy it, and then you get another one, and it's like a once a year type of approach versus it being the Russian doll approach. But yeah, I don't know because then you can keep
Isn't
it
that the
closed.
same though?
No, well, not if you airdrop it to whoever's owning
All
clones at
right,
that.
whether it pops out the first box or it gets airdropped from the fucking sky, guys. Come on now, it's the
Well,
same thing.
it's very different, actually, though, in my opinion,
Well,
because
if you don't have to claim it, if you don't have to pay gas for it, if it's an airdrop, then I would still argue it's essentially the same. I mean, the question is whether you know or not that airdrop is coming if it didn't come out the box. the suspense would kill me, right? So I don't know.
Monolith,
Here's the other thing.
hold the
Well,
fuck up.
here's something I was
I gotta
thinking of.
get this
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry.
Right, because because that's what Tashake said. Like,
All right, I got a thought, guys. Hold on, give me a fucking second. Check this out. The the problem with just if you have a monolith that you haven't opened and now you get the airdrop of the next one is it creates every previous one becomes a dead end of the last trial. Just like Monolith 2, what is it, Monolith 1? Monolith 1 is now a dead fucking end. Once it's opened all the way, you have a lace engine, but you're not getting Monolith X because Monolith X has been airdropped to
That
the previous Monolith 2 owners. So
but
when
that's
that's the
that's
point
fair.
of
That's
that's the
totally
point of
fair.
their
But
comp,
that's
though.
like that's a situational thing in the hiccup of their, I don't know, maybe path that they chose with the monolith. I just don't. You're totally right in that regard. But it just feels like if they kept the box from like not being an airdrop the first time, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. It just seemed like the intention was there, like we were saying, like we thought it would just be the Russian doll thing, and where like they could set a time lapse on that, right? Like so we would know every year you have that one thing, you open it, then the next one comes.
But an
I,
incentive, but hold it
I
incentivizes you
still have a
not to open
monolith
it
X.
though.
I still
You know
have
what
a
I mean?
monolith X. Yeah, I know. I
So
didn't
we
I
want people to open the boxes, right? Like that's the whole point. And the monolith one actually still holds values because people like to collect the crypto dunk. The lace
and
engine
because
was
the
a flop
vials,
because it was
and the
useless.
vials are still in there too. There's still some
Right,
rare vials left, I think, right?
Right.
right.
It's
So
a
if
it's
you
a
do the
financial
airdrop,
play with the vials. That's why it's a financial play.
or not even the financial play, is like there's utility to the vial, right? Like people want to collect the vial. There's a chance of rarity, etc. The lace
Like
engine is
gotcha.
completely useless, right? But so that's what we want people to open the
Is
boxes. But with the
but
Russian doll effect, it incentivizes you not to open it. So that's why I'm like, I'm okay with having it being a flat line value. We know exactly what you come out of monolith, and that's it. And then you play it you play it like that. So then every monolith box is what it is, and then it's a separate drop and claim every time because then you want to open it and you
well,
want to use it instead of it being like a archived.
doesn't
but
the
is the lace engine truly useless though? Like we don't know that.
doesn't
It's
the
useless.
make
Oh, I mean,
They
it is
said
right
they
now, but it might
said
not be
it's going
down
to
the
be
road.
useless, but
Okay,
they said
do
it's
is
useless. So
okay.
it's like
But does that mean it's useless
if I'm
though?
like I agree, like there
It,
should be some kind of like there's no reason in my mind for it to be completely useless. Like it there should be some kind of a use in a digital sense. But they said it's useless. So how many people got rid of it based on what they said? And then if they go back on what they said, then people are making decisions on that. So it's like a
so,
double-edged sword.
so
Where did they say this? Because
That's
when you read it, it just says that this is used to forge IRL shoes, which could technically be used for every forged shoe.
Wait, who's
They
speaking right
said
now that I
that there
can't
will
hear?
be no use after this forge or something like that. I'll have to go back and find
exactly,
the
and
exact
that's why
quote if I have to go back. But
no,
they said
it's
they
useless,
made
bro.
it
It's
clear.
useless, murder. And that's why the dunks are so dope is because there's a use to it. Even if it's just the digital version, it's dope. There's a use to it, right? Because it's a digital collectible. So if they go back to that model, I think we're gravy. And I'm okay with getting out of the Russian doll because you want people to open this shit up.
Well,
so why does it stop them from opening it if you break the Russian doll? So like
Because the value of that monolith just keeps increasing if if as the monoliths keep stacking up, right?
think
And the artifact's goal is to people to open it. They don't because they can get the product out.
isn't the
yeah,
problem like the forge window basically, right? Like if you don't open, you miss forge window. That's really
I think chain got broken is because it was a clear scramble and they wanted as many people to mint as possible, so it was almost force open. But if you buy a monolith one and you open it, then you have a monolith two and you open that, you have a lace engine now and the chain's broken. You're just stuck with that. You don't get the monolith.
No, we were airdropped the monolith too. Oh no, you get a you're right. You
X,
get a
the X.
monolith too,
Yeah.
but then they were the holders of the monolith and the monolith 2 were airdropped the monolith X,
Yeah, so the
right?
chain's broken. So open monolith two, it's just dead right there. And I don't think that the chain should keep getting broken each time you open it. I think that I wish they never broke the chain, honestly. the
But
idea.
look what Shake is saying in the bad take chat. Like he's dropping bars on why it should be a separate a monolith. The boxes should just be individual boxes versus like a compounded box where you have to deliver where it becomes 10 ETH for the box, and then it's hard to deliver on that value versus just a box. It's a box, and you open it and you get a present, and then you get another box and you get another present, and it's just airdropped separately.
All right, but question though, before okay. This is how I understood the monolith, okay? The monolith came out, you guys cracked that open and you got a monolith 2, right? That ended up being a discount. But technically that was it. You didn't get anything else other than it automatically overnight without you even cracking it open, they translated it into a thread engine. So they already got rid of the box when they did that. But then there was outrage. And so they took something that was supposed to be meant, in my opinion, for another clone airdrop for clone holders. They took the Monolith X and said, my bad. Let's airdrop this to everybody that had a Monolith 2. So that way everybody can look forward to what we do next. To my understanding, they kind of already broke the cycle themselves before the FUD even came because they translated the box into a lace engine. That would have been the end of it. And then clones would have just, if people were happy with it, I feel like clones would have just received the Monolith X as an airdrop later on down the line.
Yeah, they broke the chain. That's what we were saying. And it was changed without anybody doing any action, which a lot of people weren't happy with. But I see. Okay, so here's Shake's point because he's not going to come up and talk. So let me just read it, kind of tell you guys what he's saying, and kind of what Bombay is saying is, if you own like 5 monolith X's, they still want to be able to access the next monolith without being forced to open their 5 monolith X's. Is kind of what he's saying, right? So he wants to access that next tech, but not have to open his previous all of his previous monolith X's.
I can understand that from like a collector standpoint and literally wanting to have the NFT box. That's one of the reasons I kept it. It literally transformed and turned into something else. But like, I don't see the harm of everyone opening the box. You see what you had, and whether or not you want to claim that or not is on you. You're gonna get the crazy offers, and then or not. You know what I mean? People are gonna want it or they're not. Maybe if the box opened and you get to keep all your boxes, literally like sneakerheads do, maybe that would have been a thing. So you could have the collection of boxes in their different forms from like the first before the quest to opening and all that kind of stuff. That's really kind of what I was imagining. I don't really like token burns for that reason because I'm collecting the like it was good art in 3D in my OnCyber. Like, why do I want to burn that? So, yeah, I can understand for that specific purpose not opening the box, but I want both shoes. The only reason I didn't open mine yet because the claim didn't come. So I was gonna just wait to see if I could maybe score rarity late in the game. Game theory, rares hold off till the end, right? So, but like that again got broken with the two. Like there was no reason to not open. Like I had to open the first one to get the second one, but I didn't even want to get two of them, so I didn't. I just left it as the monolith one.
Monolith 1.
Do we have a date for that? For the
Not yet. Not yet.
okay, because I'm still holding mine.
Yeah, I mean, I still want them, bro. I
There's
definitely
going to
still
be
want
another
them.
situation where like the Dunks claim is going to happen, and then it's like
Then they'll all open. Like when the thing that they're used for comes, all of them will open. Whether or not the people that open them want to forge themselves is the question. Whether or not we get more people interested at the right prices and they want to buy secondary is the question. We
right,
have a
and then
whole
and
we
then
have
it
a whole
becomes
season one collection out, so like people should have seen quality and what's going on with what they're making. So I think season two is like the real or our next few like IRL forges coming, those are going to be like the next things that make people make those decisions whether
yeah,
they'll follow our chain
yeah,
or not.
right, and
I,
like the
I
thing.
don't think it's the
Well,
right time either. Like anytime soon. Like there's no hype about the dunks compared. Like for what that shoe is, there's not enough hype to drive the sales of it, especially with like the crypto tech getting in the way. Like that, if you can't get on the sneakers app and just click and have it all done for you, if it's not seamless, I mean, there aren't enough people buying who are gonna buy it. Honestly,
But I don't think it's for regular people. It's for people who own the monolith, though, right? It's like not you can't just gonna go ahead and just buy it. Um, like my sister's not gonna be able to just buy the Crypto Dunk on Sneakers app. She's gonna have to buy it.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm saying, like,
No,
are
but
they
that's
even
the whole
gonna
point,
fully
though.
mint out for even the people that own them all? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, they haven't even pushed them for real. They just showed us a prototype of what they've been working on. It's not like the marketing side has come out to showcase or even put the word out for regular people to understand what they're looking at. It's just been a prototype. So it's kind of like if you know type situation. So give it time. You never know what'll happen.
If they push it, it'd be a whole different story. I got a question for you guys. So you didn't like the fact that by holding a Monolith 1, every time someone opened up Monolith, like the other monoliths, every time someone opened up Monolith 1, it drove more value to the unopened Monolith ones? Like you guys didn't like how holding that OG Monolith, because the chain wasn't broken, like ended up giving more value to the unopened ones? Because you break the chain and you keep breaking the chain, those OG ones like have no value at all. They just lose all their value.
Well, they're gonna
Yeah.
lose its value anyways once the forge closes up, right?
Right. Right. I don't think their focus will ever be, how much high, how high can they drive the floor, right? I mean, maybe technically you get extra more royalties, but, I just I think that they're just looking to deliver these things and make sure people actually. To me, if everything got claimed, like everything is forged, 100%. Like the hoodies, AR hoodies were really close to a complete forge, right? 8,000, like there's like 200 or 300 that didn't get forged, which is cool. To me, that was my biggest thing about wanting like at least the Genesis collection of season 1 to be like half off or something, so more could get forged because it was a 20K supply and it was like our first fucking collection. There should just be more. Like, sure, we love that rarity and scarcity and all that jazz, but 20K, 10K, it's not a lot, especially for the kind of ecosystem that we're all hoping to come, right? With a lot of people, 20K. If like the Monolith X chain stays as a 10K ticket forever, in a market of millions, like that would be pretty crazy, right? Like, and even if it is just a coupon to something, those things will, like, if the culture stays where it's at and grows with all this stuff like all this tech, like what will these things be worth? I don't know. Like, to me, it's not about what they're worth. It's the cool, like, bro, like I'm still hurt, like, about the no screens thing. Let me get started. If we're getting something similar, I'll be happy. But like that, I was really sold on that. And even if it would have taken longer, like a lot longer, shit, fuck it, I don't care. Like, I guess we're in for that ride to 2052, right? So what's the difference?
Huddle, we'll send you the broadcast screen ones, and I'll take the other ones that really are dope and work.
Fuck yeah,
But the
bro.
screens
Dude,
that's a digital. That's what makes the Crypto Dunk so dope, is because just as cool as they are physical, like they're a dope digital asset too. When we get into the metaverse, AR,
dude, the
inventory,
evolved versions are gonna be nuts in the
right,
metaverse,
right, and
absolutely,
that's
and
pure
in
digital,
AR.
right? That's
Yeah.
why the Monolith One is like it's staying, like that value is staying strong, is because like the Crypto Dunks are a digital asset too, which I think is super dope.
But think about it like this, man. For you to look for those screens is the same situation as me watching Back to the Future 2 in 1991, expecting to go out and get my hoverboard next week. Like,
Bro, I got a boosted board the day of Back to the Future Day. I don't want to hear
we
this
still
shit.
don't have a hoverboard. It's 2023. And you talking about a technology that has never been created and that you have never seen before outside of
You never
Wait, wait,
seen a
wait, Dre,
dude
Dre,
digital
fly
wait,
on
wait,
it,
collectible.
bro.
Dre. There
We got
is a
jetpack
hoverboard. You
people,
just
bro.
can't
What do
buy
you
it.
mean? What do you mean?
Man,
Wait.
And
There is
who's
actually, wait,
people
there's
who's
flying
there's a
through it.
hovering
magnetic
in the
skate park.
streets? Who
There's a
hovering looking
magnetic
out
skate
at
park. Just
trying to
go.
fight Biff Tannen in the streets right now? Show me. I want to see it right now.
There was an exhibition in Manhattan, Square Garden or whatever, with a guy flying through there with his little hoverboard, and it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Now, not the average person can go and buy it because it's super expensive, and you got to be, a pro at piloting the whole thing. But it's coming along. So
I'm
yeah,
talking about the same hoverboard that we saw Marty McFly jump
All
up
right,
out
there's
the
some
water
that
and
one is not
have.
technicalities. There's
available. That one is not
technicalities
That's
at
available.
what
play
that's
here,
what
but you
that's
know
it.
what?
That's what I'm saying to you. The technicalities are you're looking for technology that has never been created to come out
What do you
a
mean?
year after they showcased it in a
Folding
digital
screens
form.
exist. Folding screens exist.
On sneakers, where?
Not on sneakers, but who
Exactly.
would be
That's my point. That's what I'm
bro?
saying to you.
What company on this God's green earth would be the company to have the funding, the money, the
Would
tech, and
be
all that?
exactly
Which
just
one?
what company would be the company to
The one
create
that bought the
hoverboards?
company that made the
If
sneakers that
I know
gave us those
we say the same
futuristic,
thing
crazy
would be, but not in
2052 things, right? Come on.
2023, my G. Like people who come out here like, yo, where's the evolution? Like, what are you talking about? They're sneak. What do you mean?
Nobody was thinking the freaking physicals were gonna transform, bro. Like, we're not talking about transformer kicks here.
But that's the point we're making, right? You said you were disappointed because it didn't have the screens that you were looking for. That's part of the transformation and the evolution. It's not going to happen in a year after showcasing a digital mock-up of a digital asset, man. Like, people got to think deeper than that. Of course, we was all disappointed. If they would have pulled that shit off, that would have been amazing. But we won't see anything like that for at least another 5 to 10 years. So
Bro, I was not expecting screens on my shoes.
Nobody's waiting 5 to 10 years to forge these crypto dunks to be like, oh, yo, remember back in 2021, they coming out, baby. 2035, we here. Like, no, bro. Come on.
But wait, hold on.
I mean, I wanted screens. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for screens, but I also didn't think it would be happening like right now. So
Yo,
I was thinking like Gen 3 or
Well,
Gen
like
4.
maybe
and
one
they
screen.
wanted interchangeable souls
No,
though. Y'all
I don't
remember that?
think we're getting screens like near term. I think that's like a Gen 3, Gen 4 type situation. So a couple years out. But like this first one that's dropping, I'm thinking AR augmented stuff will be part of what we get.
Easily.
If anything, I think we're the ones to lead the role of the screens when it does come out. If anyone is gonna drop something like that, it's probably gonna be us, even with the interchangeable souls, you know. But right now, we're moving at a pace that's far ahead of really anyone else as it is. So, yeah.
I'm just speaking to the point of people being like, yo, that's some bullshit, bro. That's not what they showed me. It should have been some screen. Like, man, have a seat, man.
I'm saying that's what Huddle was saying. I don't think that's what Huddle was saying.
I'm not necessarily saying that's what Huddle was saying, but I'm saying we've seen other people who said those remarks or similar remarks about showcasing the prototype that we saw. Like, yo, where's the screens? Where's the skin vial tech? Like, people find a way to find anything to say if it doesn't match up to what their expectations were, even if those expectations were unrealistic. I understand that we're creating future tech, right? We're a part of the journey of people who are creating future tech, but you still got to get a grasp, man. Sometimes you got to get a grip.
Yo, are you saying we should get a grip about shoes that the digital literally says like that there's a screen here and a screen there, that people shouldn't be disappointed that there's not going to be a screen?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Talking about no, it's crazy to think that you're going to have screens on your shoes when you don't have a screen on anything else in your life besides your phone and the TV.
So what? Yeah, there's literally on the picture of the shoe there. It says that there's a screen. Why do you need a screen on a digital shoe? It's already on the screen.
Shoes. Because it's digital. Why can't you have I want to have wings and all types of shit. I want my shoes to fart if I press a button if they digital.
Because
I don't give a damn. But you talk about realistic. You just told me that
it's telling you there's a screen on the shoe.
No, as a digital pair, you just told me yourself that you're getting sick from fumes of welding. You know where technology is, bro. It's not there. So why would you, as a human being,
what do you mean? I know it's not there. The stuff was promised to be like on the cusp of innovation.
Oh, bro. You know what? Sometimes you gotta speak.
Bro, murder comes in and comes in hot with it already.
It makes no sense. How you gonna sit up here and tell me you construct things for a living, but then upset at where it's not at? You know where it's gonna be. You put it together yourself. You see that. You're engineering things yourself. Nothing in our reality is screaming that something like this is going to happen now or anytime.
Bro, we
soon.
literally have
because they
bendable
showcase that they're
screens
supposed
on
to.
phones, and there are screens in garments and stuff like that. So
bendable screens on one phone that we just said people just said is trash and it's $1,200 to fix because it's 3 screens. They're trying this stuff out. It's not there yet. Like, think, man. Like, it makes no sense for people to get upset about stuff that's totally irrational. You told me it was coming this way. Like, think about it. Just think. Be smart about it.
They put it out. They put it out that it's going to be a shoe with screens on it. So that is what the shoe is.
Digitally. They said that it's a digital shoe.
When did they say that? Shoe. They said
They said
When did they?
They said that
they
Man,
they
you know
said
what?
that they're like trying to get
I,
the technology
I don't have
together
the
for it and
space.
stuff like that. But that was
so
when it
they
was like announced what it was. That these are the same people that said that the next monolith isn't a shoe, and it literally was less than a shoe. It was $80 coupon off a shoe. So
all right,
I
murder.
see you. I see you still hurt, Durs. It's been a
They
while. Welcome back.
I'm not
I
hurt.
see you
I'm
still
just we're
harboring this pain.
talking about what it is.
We're talking about what makes sense here, man, and that none of that makes any sense,
It doesn't
man.
make sense
So
for like
it,
that's crazy, bro. That it doesn't make sense for people to think there's going to be a screen on a shoe. They literally, when they showed the
yeah,
prototypes, they were like, "Sorry, there's no screen on this one." So obviously, they were trying to do it.
100%. Like I said,
Right. So if
I,
they're trying to do
at
it
a
and they're
point there
announcing
will
it,
be. At a point there will be. Just like I said with the Marty McFly analogy. I'm sure they're still trying to create this hoverboard. Terry just said
uh,
they got it out there in New York. They're creating some type of prototype. At a time, there will be. I'm sure there will be shoes
I'm
with
not
screens on, but
saying
not
that
in
I'm not
2023.
saying it's unreasonable to think that it's not ready and they're gonna come up with something just like the Back to the Future shoes, where like the first renditions weren't the full thing and it took a while to get it all
Right.
together. But I'm just saying like you're not unreasonable for thinking that like those are literally the reasons, and it is reasonable to
So
think that
murder.
like the
So let's
expectation
look
is
at
given from the product, the display of that, and from many sources. It's not just like made up in people's heads, and they're not crazy for thinking
so
it.
murder.
I didn't say
Let's
any
read
of
the
that, but
post. Let's read the post at the top. Read it to me.
Which it might take a minute to update. Which post?
So it literally says in the post, CryptoKicks NFT sneaker imagined for the year 2052, made of flexible screens. It says right there in the post that this is the imagined sneaker for the year 2052. So they bought themselves some time. This is from the artifact page.
I
It's
mean,
in the
if
detail.
we
I know
all right,
everybody saw screens.
let me pull a Tevi with the talk loophole on the words, right? Because we like to do that, or maybe like made of flexible. Imagine for the year of 2052. Does that mean they thought of like what people would be wearing in 2052 and then like
Exactly.
made the design, right? But does
Yeah.
that not mean that they could be trying to bring 2052 to right
Can,
now? Like how?
can we? Yeah,
no,
can
no,
we
no.
talk to? Because
We
that
all
was
agree on
relevant. Because
that. We agree on that.
they said that we're all these companies are thinking 2022, but we're 2052.
No, we
Bro,
agree
y'all
on that
are
point
tripping.
of
Hold
trying
up, you
to
guys
create it.
are tripping. My goodness. Hold up, yo, we need to calm down here
No,
a
no,
little.
no, no. This is fun. This is fun.
No, this is good. This is a good debate
It
here. This is a
says in
good
the
debate.
post right there when they plan to have the flexible
Listen,
screens right there, 2052. So they bought some time, but hopefully sooner, right, Huddle? I hope maybe in the next couple of years.
Bro, this
But
is
it
the
says,
digital version. This is the digital version. The digital version got screens on it, skin file tech, and that's it, bro. And
But
The
then
let
digital
me ask
version
you
got
this.
fire coming out the
Let me
back
now
of
we
it
ask
get
you
though.
the
this.
physical.
Why put if it's just a digital version and the whole screen concept is just meant for a digital version, then why put a screen on it instead of just being like these things change colors?
Because it's
Because that's how they
digital.
described it, bro. Like
It's digital. You can do
how,
it. Like I just said, they got fire coming out of that bitch when a demon skin vial is in it.
I
You know
mean,
what I
it's
mean? You're
kind of
supposed to
like
walk with a
clear and makes
flamethrower.
sense that like the digital Evo versions of these things should not be
yeah, the
expected, but the
digital version
screen
they're
seems to be the
describing
standard considering there's 20,000 of
bro,
them.
they're describing
all
the
right,
digital version of this thing. Got flexible
all right.
screen, galactic
I mean,
information. Like,
even
what are
if
we
they
talking about here, bro?
even if they plan for flexible screens on the shoes, like the post says, it's what they've imagined for the year 2052. Like that's the goal is having digital like screens on the shoes by 2052 is in
Nobody.
the post.
I'm sorry, but I've been trying to
You
speak.
can't argue about it not showing up in 2023, less than a year later than when you saw the digital rendition of it. Like that's the
No,
whole
Like
point that I'm making here.
29 more years, Dre. We got 29 years.
Hey,
no,
they better get on it
If
because
they
I'm
don't get it done in
pissed.
29 years, then Durs was right.
nobody's making shoes with screens on them because by the time we get to 2052, everything is going to be augmented through AR, VR
You know,
technology.
who's talking? Is Shadow talking? I can't hear
Yeah,
either.
I think yeah, I don't think
Yeah, he's talking.
so.
yeah, Shadow's talking right now.
Here, I'll drop down, and come back up because I do want everybody to hear this shit.
Shadow gonna say some weird ass shit like there's a watch inside the dunks, and on the dunks there's an You could tell the time by looking at your toes. Justin Fredericks, what's up, bro?
Hey man, dude, I got really excited because I thought that artifact. Let me take out. I pinned the patent deconstruction. I'm gonna remove that because I want to keep this artifact here up front because maybe it'll trick other people like me. I thought that was a new post released today. I'm like, oh, it does have the flexible screens, but it looks like you guys are arguing whether these will. Listen, someone was just mentioning AR, so like that's I, I, so I run an AR company. I don't think everything's. I don't even think everything's going to be AR like in the future. I think like digital fabrics are going to play a huge role in the future, even with AR. Because the thing with AR is that it's going to be, in my view, an opt-in AR world, so that you know people are going to be able to view or unlock these invisible layers around the world that give the visible world more meaning. But people who are just wearing, cool shoes or driving cool cars will want people to see what they want them to see without having to unlock it. And so, digital fabrics, I think, are going to play a massive role in the future, along with AR. I don't disagree with that, but I don't think it's just going to be like a kind of blank canvas world, and then just all the art comes through AR. I don't think that's too realistic, at least in my opinion.
No, no. So, and I respect the fact that you work in AR. Just the way that I see it, I basically view this shoe, and I can be completely wrong. I basically view this shoe coming out to where it has just like on the jacket, where rather if it's a QR or whatever, or maybe it just we get to the point with technology to where it can identify an item and know what it digitally or AR is supposed to look like. I'm almost 90% sure that you're going to either have an app or you're going to have VR, AR head like glasses, and you're going to be able to tell, and the shoe's going to look exactly how it looks on this NFT page. Now, I'm new to this, so I don't really care. I'm just going to give my opinion. Like, and I kind of agree with what Dre Millie was saying. And it's just the fact of the matter is, this is what's going to happen in the world is that everybody's going to try to technologize everything, and we're going to continue to use up all of the resources around. But then we're going to quickly realize, these companies are going to realize that if they can get you to accept digital as the physical, that's going to not only save them money, but they're going to even make even more money because they're not actually having to push a product across the world. It just, you look at something, you look at your feet, all of a sudden it's covered over with a Nike artifact shoe. That is where we're heading to. I personally believe that's what it is. Now, maybe it can be a blend of the two. I don't ever think that there's going to be a shoe with screens on it, because by the time we get to that point where we need the resources to make that like mass millions of shoes like that, it's just going to be too much, and it's going to cost too much money.
There's only
And
20K, bro. There's only 20K.
Man, and people get upset about creasing their Jordan 1s. We can't even find a reason to stop creasing Jordan 1s. And y'all talking about walking around with TVs on
But
your
people
feet? You
still
think it's going to
wear
be that good?
people still wear them anyway.
Darius, you gonna walk around with your 20-inch TVs around your feet, bro? You
Bro,
going stepping
I
in the
haven't even
rain?
taken my artifact
I'll
shoes
fucking
out of the
skate them
box,
bitches.
bro. They never even
I'll
came out of the
skate them
box.
bitches.
That's my
So at the
point.
end,
So who's gonna pay for a sneaker that has TVs on it to walk around and crease it up and think it's all good? This is gonna work out well.
Kanye
This is
Dude,
gonna
I
be
West.
would
great.
buy that in a
Dre,
second.
I might do it one time though. Like I'm not gonna lie. If they give me screens, I think I'm gonna go for a stroll.
Oh no, if they come out with this in 2052 when they're aiming to come out with it, I'm definitely
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
be
a pair
so
of them.
old. I'm gonna be
But
so
come on, man! Like for people, my whole point was for people to be upset about the lack of screens
on
now.
Gen 1. Yeah, I think it's
no,
Like, come on.
I think it's we're arguing semantics here because like when I
for
see
sure.
this, I just see it as like describing the digital version in a cool like lore style concept. It's got
Yeah,
digital screens and it's got the Vile technology. Like they made it worded nicely, right? And it says it does not says the physical. It says the first NFT. So it's just arguing semantics. One person thinks they're describing the physical. One person thinks they're describing the digital. It is what it is. I think we can move on from it.
you sure? I feel like
Bombay
we've
don't like
been. This was
conflict, bro. Bombay don't like conflict. I feel like
By
Bombay
the
is
way, the
like
first time,
I'm surprised
the first time
Kevin
Bombay
I
is
got
read
really
in
Let
the
the
on
funny
this
right
world
now.
too.
think it first.
Usually,
the first time I
Can I
ever took
ask
up the
this?
patent.
Can I ask this? What do you think, like, the proper move? So, like, these Gen 1 comes out, like, do you think that they should make an announcement on like the utility of the NFT going forward? Because obviously, like whatever these come out, these will most likely be like the Gen 1, and then like, are they going to come out with more? Are you going to have the same NFT to get more? Is there going to be another way to get a different NFT to get more? And the first one's not going to have anything to do with it? Like, you're going to need to hold on to these things to be able to forge them in the future, and that's why, you know, another reasoning behind, like, you know, forges are going to cost so much, but you're going to need these passes to hold them, so people will be able to hold that pass for the utility.
Yeah, so I was actually just going to mention the first time I read the CryptoKicks patent, I was all like, very looking at it as like half glass full optimistically. Now I'm rereading it, which I am still very confident in it, but I didn't really pay attention to like the phrases governed, by manufacturing restrictions of the time, or, accepted manufacturing processes, which is important because the patent kind of leaves open, that this is the plan, but it also has to align with what the available resources and technologies are. But to your, the question there is one of the most interesting things, which was really emphasized in the patent, and this was written right around the time when crypto kitties were really big, were like the breeding rights to the sneakers. So like that allows for like basically intermingling of two different sneakers. So like, let's say, I'm just hypothetically, it doesn't say this specific example, but let's say, Jordan 1s and SB Dunks, and then the potential to create these offspring because you have both of those digitals that you could then produce the physical around as well. And so it would be interesting to see if that will tie back to even like historical ones, because the NFTs will always be preserved, right, regardless of the condition of the sneakers. So that will be interesting. Like, if imagine like 2052 and like the sneakers we all collected in 2023 are still being used to like breed future
And
editions, and like that completely revolutionizes the concept of like retro and like retro future.
Justin, to even that point, right? We have
Yeah.
inventory app coming out, hopefully. And like, so say the forge is over and you're not going to be able to forge any more dunks after this time period. The cool thing about the dunks is there will always still be a collectible. People were buying these before they even thought it was going to be physical. So we have people will buy it just for the digital asset to put on your clone inventory app for metaverse ready games, etc. So like the utility is just is always been the same thing. It's a digital wearable collectible. And then you just it may there won't be another forge on them, but you can own it for digital assets.
Yeah, and then like even when the next editions come out, like the first edition, even if it's not as technologically, advanced as the later editions, that becomes like a literal artifact, right?
Exactly.
With the vowels in that word.
Right.
Like that like look at like I heard like recently like the first iPhones are like selling for crazy amounts now, or like the first iPods. Like I didn't even know that was a whole world, but imagine that when like, because this will be the first sneaker edition that is named after like a Nike patent. How much of that patented technology is in it, TBD, but it still has that kind of legacy and provenance.
It's like imagine owning a prototype ready product that's released. Like that shit's fire, right? So it is what it is, man.
And it's not just that, right? The patent allows for all of this different, avenues they can take as, again, technology evolves over time. But let's not forget that these are not one and done. They can be upgraded, right? Like that's one of the things that they've talked about with CRLs, as well as probably now the dunks, is it's over the air software updates. You can upgrade what's in there over time. Some of the features are going to be unlocked initially, are not. Some of the features will not be available initially, but they can be unlocked over time. You can introduce new features. This is why like building a strong base, like this, a strong infrastructure now allows for that evolution over time. So it's not just the evolution of the digital, but it's also like what can be done software wise for the physical. So you got to think bigger picture and not expect everything up front. Like, yes, over time, these will become what we all hope them to be, but there's a process, and it's a journey, not just boom, here you go, everything is done. So That's why that's why I love reading the patents, because it gives you a pretty, black and white, a pretty strong evidence or inkling of where this can go. Granted that the technology evolves to where we hope it can go. Once you understand that, then you just sit back and enjoy the ride, because it's like, I don't know what they're going to roll out here, but I know where they could ultimately go and how much of that do you get, and that's the fun part. So that's just where I'm at. This was a fun conversation, though. I enjoyed everybody's semantics and back and forth. I think it was great. But listen, this is there's a reason why they built their whole thing on 2052. It's going to take some time, so enjoy the ride or jump off and do something else in between.
One last thing about the patent, my favorite part, and then I want to talk about these pants for a second. Dre and Compound, I had this box sitting in my trunk because you guys convinced me to do this unboxing video. I'm like, I'm not an influencer, but I did it. I haven't posted it yet because it's horrible so far. I have to do some editing to it. But going back to the patent, I truly believe, like, I know some people like are cynical about big brands, using blockchain NFTs. I truly do believe that Nike and Artifact are genuinely interested in that, that line that we saw last year, I think, where it says that, the first 50 years were great, the next 50 years we'll create together, and like leading into the Our Force One, and part of that is, I think this next generation of technology will revolutionize like the customizer game, right? Where now you'll be like, I'll be able to buy like, hopefully, like, well, let's say Ali would be able to get empty vials that he then fills with his designs. I'll be able to buy that Ali vial, and now I can plug that into my NFT, which will then power my physical sneaker with his designs. And like, that's a wild concept, right? That opens up like people to be able to collab with Nike, like in a decentralized way. And that's where like there's such aligned interest. And I think that just, I don't know, it's a brand new kind of creator economy. And that's going to be super cool.
But I
And that's
love when you
exactly
say
what's going
That
to happen
is the
with
dream.
that's dot swoosh right there in a nutshell, man. They're pacing us to be able to have that experience with dot swoosh right there. And think about this: you have influencers, right? This is an influencer game. They're the next superstars, influencers. So you got somebody like, say, Mr. Beast come out with a design for his dot swoosh Our Force Ones, and he can sell them on the marketplace for people to own digitally. And it has enough interest for people to make these purchases. He sells 1 billion Mr. Beast Our Force Ones. If you don't think they're going to take that digital design and convert it over to a physical design so they can then make the money on the physical side as well, you're missing the whole point of why they're doing this. It's about building it together. It's about finding the next up and coming influencers or next up and coming designers that can help Nike carry on the next 50 years. It's about thinking about in a future innovative way to be able to keep things going. And you have to tap into your market. You got to tap into your community in order to do that. So that's where they're infusing the whole NFT Web3 side of thing that embraces community over to the Web2 conglomerate that Nike is. And that's the future of everything.
It's gonna be pretty epic, because it's never been done before on this scale. And again, everybody here who has a clone or who is interested in the ecosystem has a front row seat to it. So it's going to be exciting. Like the whole concept or idea of like being able to get a vial from your favorite creator or have different collab. Can you imagine like a Ali, uh, Jay Marino and Zaid collab vial put together, and you get to pick that up and drop that on your shoes or on your shirt, or hell, a skateboard, or send it over to Mozzie and have him like drip your figurine or whatever it is. Like that's the world of possibilities that when this, again, the mechanics, the infrastructure behind it is all built and ready to go, and they're like, all right guys, go ahead, have fun, get crazy. Do you know how long Johnny has been waiting for this stuff to be able to, like, how many designs he's put together, just waiting for them to say, yep, the background infrastructure is ready to go have fun. That's what I'm waiting for. Like when Artifact says that, oh my god! Like,
And to be fair, Tevi, 1 year, 2 years ain't even that long.
it's
Like, you know, on
not.
the grand scheme, I mean, that's like a school year, right?
Like your
And
average
yeah,
company takes 5 years
yeah,
to mature, to either
right,
decide if
right.
to figure out if they're going to make it or not. We are in year
I
two.
mean, I worked for a startup tech company. It took us 6 months to roll out an application integration. Like it is what it is. But I love when Justin says the ability to collab with Nike, because essentially, like, and you can go down to basic, like any type of render that you make is like essentially a soft collab with the Nike corporation. When Ali is making his motion picture videos, it's essentially like these are Nike assets. He's putting out like a self-made video that incorporates Nike artifact assets. Like that's a collab with Nike, bro. Like if you want, you can spin it, you know, and like he's basically doing it, right? Like contracting models put in his videos, like shit.
There's a
That's what I love is
everybody
like when it's the little things like that we already
creators
have.
are
Yeah,
like creators are basically building their portfolio right now, right? Like if you step
bro.
back and really think about it, everything that everyone's putting out right now and doing their thing and whatnot. This is again when we're saying, if you read the latest patent, I'm sure Justin has, that's talking about. I think it was kind of geared towards. It was talking about advertisement and they use the example of a jersey and being able to put NFTs into NFTs. It's not the token standard that Sapiens is using. It's a different one, but they're basically saying you can assign. And I'll have to go back and find it, but you can go back and assign for a short amount of time, do a collab, right? And for X item, it's going to display your advertising, essentially talking about turning the clones into billboards, so to speak. And they gave the example of a jersey. But everything that everyone's doing right now is essentially building that portfolio of like what you've created and what you've done, what you can potentially do, so that when again, and that's the thing, right? You're out there, you have a long-lasting portfolio of things that you've accomplished, which ultimately allows you to better land those formal or informal collabs with Nike directly, or it could be adjacent brands, or it might just be somebody else in the community that now you're on their radar. They didn't know about you before, but they've seen your work and they're like, oh my God, yeah, I do work with Person X because, whatever. So this past year and a half, you can really look at it as everybody, or at least that's how I look at it. You're building yourself up so that when this hits, and the person who already paid the best was Johnny. He's like, I've been doing these renders and all these things for years, right? So that whenever the opportunity happens, I have a portfolio show. Here's what I can do, and here are some additional ideas. This is really how, in my opinion, people really should be thinking about this: is how are you setting yourself up for that when the vision that Artifact is building this whole creator economy that we're talking about, with Kuro doing the whole clone visibility thing, when that actually hits, are you ready to take advantage of it? And if you're
Brody, come to Japan. They got billboards with like 3D cartoon like music videos and shit, right?
yeah,
It just hasn't gotten to the States yet. But like
mm-hmm.
POV and CLX are coming out with a collab, right? CLX is gonna remix one of POV's records. Like they got the like they using the clone as the billboards. Like, bro, like that shit is dope, right? Most of the people that are coming in a Discord who are buying their clones, they're actually downloading the files right away. Like it seems like we're onboarding more creators versus like investors, which is super cool. Because like that's the name of the game. Like,
Because they see the
look at
long-term value and
right,
how this augments what they're doing.
yeah, and it's affordable
and
to get
and
in, bro. You're
so
not paying 20 racks for a clone. Like
no,
it is these right. And what like Mario Götze, he got 4 million followers. He used his clone to plug a High Snobiety collab T-shirt on his clone as a promo piece. Like that's a pay. He getting paid for that, and he's using his clone for it. Now wait till now Ali got that He got fans, bro. We fans. Wait till he drops his merch collab or he's got his project coming out, bro. We gonna be lit. You know what I mean? And he's got a whole 3D world to market that shit on. Or if
I
brands
need to
come to
find that last
Ali,
patent. That's exactly what it's
bro.
talking about. The whole
Wait till a
promo thing and
brand,
your
yo,
like your social
if I'm a
standing. Yeah,
digital
man.
if I'm a digital wearable brand, Heavy, I'm coming to Ali and be like, yo, here's some cash. Can you put my t-shirt in your next movie? Straight up, like that's what I'll be doing.
I mean, that's exactly what the current. This is what movies do today, right? People pay mad money to have their Audis or whatever brand Apple featured in a little scene here and there, like logo
Movies,
Yeah.
placement,
hip hop,
hip hop,
Hey,
videos,
all of that.
everything.
hey,
So
y'all sleeping on CAA. We already got that partnership. This is exactly what it is.
yes, sir.
Follow the breadcrumbs. That's what I'm saying. Like, follow the breadcrumbs. It all makes sense once you start speaking about it. You start connecting the points. Oh shit, that makes
It's
sense.
all there. Like there,
It's
the
a
thing
bit of a
is,
mystery, but yeah,
it's
right.
so plain to see, but you got to step back and not worry about the little details, the little things that go
Worry
wrong
about
here.
getting your screens on your shoes that ain't never came out before.
Drake. But
It's a
yeah,
fact.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm just saying. It's a fact. Even
yeah.
these things, like the thing we was talking about today, the delivery times, or oh, they said it was going like, man, you so thinking at such a microscopic point of view. Step back and look at the entire picture. Everything flows as long as you connect the dots and stay patient to connect the dots. They're talking about 2052. We got 2023, man. Give it some time. It's gonna connect. It's gonna connect. It's gonna connect more than anyone ever thought it could be. Because that's what they're aiming to do, as you can see. It's crazy, man.
I'm gonna find that last patent and I'm gonna repost it because
Yeah, can you let me? I was gonna message you because I don't know which
yeah,
one you're
yeah.
referring to.
I will find it. I'll send it to you, Justin.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, again, I love reading the patents because everything is put in such plain light of here's what we can do, and we've now put everything that we want to do in writing so that no one can copy us, and if they do, well, guess what, you have to pay us because that was our idea. And then as, again, time allows and technology advances, they can bring that vision to life. And that, but yeah, like the whole concept of like marketing and advertisement and revenue streams and everything, like these clones, like if you're able to build a strong enough IP for yourself, like you're whatever, whichever way, like you're building yourself up, and you can bring something to the forefront, it's going to be much easier for you. Like if you're, it's like, what is the value for me? What do I get out of this? Well, guess what? If you're somebody who is well recognized in the community and or just in the public at large, you can utilize the image of your clone, lend those, those marketing gigs, the advertisement dollars. Like it's the same concept as YouTube. Difference is it's your clone, and now you have direct access to Nike. Guess what? It's their asset. So you are literally in a position to have the biggest collab one of the biggest collabs that you can get available to you. All you have to do is use this bear market to build yourself up. I mean, and we're worried about a day slip on some shoes. Come on. Anyways, I'm gonna start ranting. I'm gonna
Short-sightedness,
do
man.
that.
Short-sightedness. You can't preach this
I
to
don't want to
anybody.
rant tonight, but I love
Yeah,
It's
and
nah, it's
listen,
facts.
I do sympathize though, because like there are people who in the Discord, like they don't own clones, they own the shoe asset, and you have access to all this chat, and they're waiting for the shoe. So like, it is what it is, and and I think if we just move with grace and kindness, then we'll be all right. And I think for the most part, people are chilling. You just have a couple people who are asking for when update, and it is what it's gonna happen no matter what. IRL, I mean, I got baby mamas tripping on her own shit, so it is what it is.
No, I think, and again, I don't want to come off as some type of way, but I just really want people to, and that's why we have these conversations, right? Because again, not everybody sits there, reads the patent, not everybody kind of goes in and looks at all the details. Yes, we all know that Artifact could be doing a lot better with communication. So there's, again, to my point earlier, there's definitely some things that we could be doing better, right? And this is why these conversations are so important, so that we can, as people are finding different pieces of information or seeing a post that somebody else didn't see, you can kind of share that to, again, make sure that bigger, larger picture does get to people so that they understand like where this is, this could ultimately be going, because it does make it easier in my mind when you can see a little bit more of the larger picture of what is likely being built, right? And why do you want to hold this asset versus something else? Even the shoes, if all you have coming is the shoes, like let's say the CIRLs, for example, you might not have a clone, but you're likely going to be able to participate in the move to earn because you have the shoes, right? You'll have the app whenever they turn it on, and you'll be able to participate in that, and there's value there. The clones is at the center of it all, and the reach that you'll be able to have with that, again, over time, will increase. And we're not even talking about the AI aspect of it, right? Like what they're building with NVIDIA. Like we haven't even mentioned that tonight, right? So there's there's so much that if you're creative or business savvy or just want to build your own business or just want to sit back and collect the clones so that you can resell them to people who are creatives down the road when there's more value, because now we know what the clones do. There's so many ways for you to bring value back to yourself, whether it's monetary value, social value, or what, like connection, networking with the people in here. There's so many ways that this project hits on everything that people want. You just got to stop and listen and pay attention to what's actually happening. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking a lot, but that's just where I'm at.
Well,
You talking that shit, baby? We like it.
compound. I'll give you. I'll give you. It sounds like shoes